Hello, everyone. We are live with episode 2 of the OutCast podcast. I'm Mallow, the host, here with Classified, the other host,
The co-host, yes.
the inferior host.
Oh yeah, I could already see you were trying to assert dominance in this one.
Yes, I needed to be superior. But not as superior as our superior, the owner of OutCast Esports. We're here with our guest speaker, Fatal.
Hello.
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 Yeah. Well, we finally have a great opener, but the second part wasn't there. But this is finally our second episode of this podcast. Where have we been, class?
We have been gone.
Gone.
A lot has happened. I think first, before we get into that, Fatal, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, so my name's Fatal. I am the owner of OutCast. I'm 30 years old. Single, ladies. What's up?
He is
Your
single.
wife is gonna be
anyways, yes. I come from a small town in Texas by the border. I've played video games most of my life, so I've really started growing into video games maybe, as soon as I started getting into my teens, 20s. And then by some miracle, playing with the COD team, I ended up taking over a whole Discord and meeting a bunch of friends that I didn't think I would ever get along with. So yeah, it's been one crazy ride so far.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean,
Yeah.
If you guys watch episode 1 of the podcast, by the way, this is episode 2, like Mallow said. If you haven't watched episode 1, you should go watch that, because that's gonna be, Blast from the Past, and on there we have Juicy, and we kind of go over the start of how OCSC formed, and I know it's definitely been a while since we last podcasted.
A little.
That wasn't the intention. Yeah, just a little bit. A little bit over a year now, I think.
No, never.
Is it under a year?
It's like almost exactly a year over, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so we took a small break, but it was a well-deserved break, Obviously, podcasting takes so much out of us.
Yeah.
But
we put PTO. We're good.
PTO.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have PTO.
But we're all good. The podcast is officially back. We're definitely going to be making more episodes consistently, right,
Yeah.
Mallow? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I won't delay because I'm out with the girls. I promise.
Yeah. Not like we've delayed this episode or anything at all.
That would never happen. No.
Not 3 weeks.
No,
for sure. But yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We're thriving.
a little bit about the podcast. I mean, we're gonna have different guests, obviously. Some from OCST, and some may not be from OCST. The range of guests that we can have stem from people from COD, Val, X Defiant. X Defiant's coming out soon.
Defiant.
Yeah.
It'll be lit.
It's. I hope that this podcast is what we envisioned it to be.
Yes.
A year ago when we first started it.
I think it will be everything and more. We're gonna get some lit people on here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, maybe we need another me on, like, the little screen behind us if you're watching the video.
Mallow, one of one is enough. I don't want one of 3 or 4 or 5. You as one as a whole is enough.
I'm too much. I'm too powerful.
That's not the word I was looking for, but okay. If the shoe fits,
If the shoe fits. So, Fredo, when when we last did the podcast, you actually weren't owner at the time. Since then, obviously, you've taken ownership of OCST. What are your thoughts about, going from, an admin of this server to actual like full-time owner?
Uh, where do I begin?
From a long time ago.
uh, so I think at the time we had a lot more resources and a lot more, active players to where it made our job a little bit easier. Yes, as an admin, we still had priorities, we still had responsibilities, but it wasn't as hectic as it is now. Now, I had to pick up the scraps, trying to rebuild what we first started. So it really hasn't been an easy road lately. I've had some doubters. I've had some people leave over, problems that unfortunately I couldn't take care of at the time and I couldn't handle properly. So that was on me. But I think since the switch from our previous owner to me currently, I've tried to make an effort and I have a good team behind me now. So it definitely is different, without the OGs. I mean, we have some OGs here left, but it's definitely not the same as when we first started. So it's definitely taken a toll even on me because I mean, gaming has been most of my life, and then I've met some pretty cool people here. So it's hard to see people leave, and it's never easy when you even have to put your own friends in check when they're not doing what they're supposed to, or stuff is getting delayed, and it's definitely takes a toll. I didn't think I would ever take ownership, and it was like an accident in some case.
I might consider it that.
It was more of an accident. It was more of a. I mean,
You kind of
the
fell
hell
onto
with
the
it. You
role.
want it. Yeah, I mean, no one wanted the server really, so I didn't want it to just die after all the work we put in. It's definitely it wasn't a move that I wanted to see. So at the time, yes, I didn't know what to do with it. I panicked. I've asked for help, and maybe I bit off more than it can chew, but you know I definitely got some help behind me now, so it really makes my job easier. Now I can really focus on the background of this organization. I can really focus on getting more leagues, sponsorships. I want to see money rolling through. I'm not greedy, but it'd be nice to, get some, you know, power out there. So it really, it takes a toll on you, but we take it day by day.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Coming as like a player, admin, manager, Val manager, it's like I've seen, the difference, like you say, from like, the change of ownership and like how much more hectic it's gone. And I think coming from me, you've done a great job of actually kind of organizing everybody together, buckling down and like trying to like get the server back to what it was. Obviously, I don't think we're ever gonna get back to exactly where it was. I think, if we try hard enough, we'll probably surpass it. Um, but I think at the pace that we're at right now, and kind of the ideas and the plans that we have now, I feel like we're definitely gonna be able to go far with it.
Yeah. And I feel like we're definitely going a very new direction from what we used to be going.
Yeah, before it was pedals to the metal. Let's full push this. Now I had to really slow down and actually think about our actions. I couldn't just be like, hey, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. We're gonna push this. I need people on this. I need people on that. I need this content push. I need these teams playing. I need coaches on that. I need streamers on this. Now, I guess it gave me a chance to really connect a little bit more with the players.
Yeah.
Now, I actually talked to some of the players here from our VAL, our COD teams, and even some of the community members. It's just nice to see people that are still here even after all the stuff we've gone through. So it's definitely giving me a chance to just mellow down and just take it a little bit more chill, but still handling my business.
Yeah. That's always a good perspective to have. Do you know, like, speaking of teammates that you've connected to and been able to talk to, do you have any interesting news on our teams that are happening?
So our COD team just finished their league, if I'm correct. Because of the direction with COD and the high demand that some players request from organizations, as far as I know, as far as everything's concerned, we are looking into replacing the whole COD team. Possibly just leaving us with one team and not having an academy, how we've had with other games. Usually we'll have a main team and then we'll have an academy team just so they can learn the mechanics, whatever it takes to get to that main spot. But as far as I'm concerned, or as far as COD as a whole, I am gonna have to start looking for another team to replace our main one after the season. But as Val, on the other hand, Val is popping.
Val is popping.
Yeah.
Val, we have 3 teams. Ran by Classified. Appreciate the help.
It sounds very handsome.
Yeah, we have 3 Valorant teams now, which I'm excited to see what they're capable of doing. We just had some teams assembled. I'm pretty shocked to see the type of skills that these guys bring, because even they have showed me how to be a better player in Valor. I really don't take it just because of the way my mindset is, but they're pretty good, pretty tight knit group of people. So I appreciate Class and everyone else who's handled and who has stepped up to take care of that. As far as that's concerned, X Defiant. Oh, with the release, with the release of X Defiant, we're pretty excited to see what holds in the future.
Yeah.
Or what we can do in the future, and we really hope to bring back, a tight, organization that is full of players that just want to enjoy time in the server, just want to either they want to chill or they want to compete. I really want to bring that back. So hopefully X Defiance one of those games that will help us branch out a bit more with more people and a little bit more of a blast to social media, maybe for Twitch. I really want the Twitch to start kicking off again. And even if we have to go to Kick, but sometimes it's not that easy, especially with when you got certain people that don't want to do the push per se.
Sure. That issue could definitely cause some problems.
But enough, not to throw shit at anyone. It's just sometimes if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. And that's kind of what I've always lived by. But it's X Defiance hopefully going to be our main game apart from Valorant. Still need to talk to Class to see what's going to happen with him. If he's going to be a player or if he's still going to manage the Valorant team.
Well, there's a lot of rumors going around, about what's going on with me and X Defiant, I will say this, first, I care about the Val teams deeply. When I started in the server, if you watched the first episode, I started off playing COD, and I thought that I was only really gonna focus on COD. But going in to it and switching over and taking the spot as Val manager and kind of building it from the ground up. I mean, like I really had no blueprint to look at. Like there was nobody before me. I was pretty much the one who brought in all the Val players, and obviously with the help of Mallow recruiting, Mallow best recruiter NA.
Oh, yeah.
But it was kind of it was kind of like a near and dear project to my heart. So I would never leave them unless I knew that they were gonna be well taken care of. In terms of X Defiant, though, I love that game. I thought the beta was amazing, and I really do want to play on the team. So, I think I'm gonna work towards seeing if I could get a schedule down to where I don't lose too much time managing Val, and also to where I can still consistently practice with whatever team I get placed on, and yeah, we'll work from there. But if it doesn't work out, I'm always gonna stay with Val first and foremost. So
I heard the team captain for X Defiant is really
yeah, that guy.
handsome.
Nah, he's also handsome. That team captain
Oh,
guy. I think his name is like
oh,
Fatality or something. I don't know.
Fatal?
oh.
Mm.
You're gonna make me blush. Stop it. I know I slipped you a 20 for you saying that, but you don't have to say it all over.
All of our income
Um,
comes from Fatal.
yeah.
Been a
Do you
ride.
have?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, specifically like kind of going into the teams, and I know you talked about the teams kind of generally, but like, is there any kind of players specifically that are kind of on your eye that like stand out to you?
Uh, on the Valorant side, I think out of all the players that you have, class, I think only maybe two have caught my eye, and it's
Really?
it's pretty interesting because usually, um, you always have that playmaker who really decides how the game's gonna go. But I think honestly, I've seen Orange play. Um, I've seen Orange play. I've seen him do a couple of things. I think he's one of the few people that have caught my eye. Um, him, Blender. While back when I was still a player for Valorant on the academy team, if I'm not mistaken, he's definitely improved since then. So to see where he's at now, it's a pretty big milestone. So I'm pretty excited to see what he can do in the future. As far as those two, no one has really caught my eye. Um, there's this Marcus dude that just made me laugh the whole time in the tryouts.
Oh my!
He was a Marcy. He was a blast to have in the tryouts. It was just one of those people that whether you're having a bad day or a good day, he was just gonna make you laugh. Or even in that moment
Yeah.
when everything's all serious about being in a tryout, he's over there dancing and doing some weird stuff.
Yeah.
It's
But
so fun.
I think apart from those, I haven't really had the time to really pay attention to the matches. So I haven't really seen what the rest of the players can do. And it's not throwing shit at anyone or saying that I don't care. It's just with the time of me throwing, with pushing X Defiant, with the news about the COD team, it's I've been trying to deal with everything, and being a supervisor in real life, it's not really easy to manage or multitask, or juggle, being a supervisor in real life and then coming home and then got to deal with these problems or X stuff, or players can't show up for practice or meetings, or it's it's definitely hectic.
Chaotic. Yeah.
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 I mean, I understand that, like being the Valve manager, like I have to make tough decisions sometimes on which players kind of get in. Um, Obviously, I have the team leads for that, but sometimes it's difficult, especially during tryout times where it's like, everybody's putting in their maximum effort, and you still kind of have to judge them based off of their performance, and you know I wish I could let everybody in and make, like 10 different teams with, so many different players and personalities, but, it just, not everybody gets that spot. So, you know, I understand making those decisions can be difficult.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
you guys think it's easy to just say, okay, you're gonna be on the team. No, it's like when you're on a game show. Oh, you get a car, you get a car, you all get a car. It's not that simple. So you see a lot of good players, you know, that just don't make the cut. And me personally, being in that, I've been in that shoes. It's a terrible feeling. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, some people just take it. Oh well, I'll just try out for someone else. It's not a big deal. But I had a question for you, class.
Really? Okay.
Ooh.
When when you do these tryouts, or when you have your captains, your leads, do the tryouts or host, how do you guys decide who makes the cut?
All right. Well, not to, give away all of my secrets, but no, I'm just kidding. Uh I mean, it mainly comes down to, I feel like, three things. I kind of judge on. Obviously, I still consult with whatever team lead um is on that team. Sometimes I'll get opinions from, like, the IGO, or some of the players are already on the team. But the three kind of key details that I look for is definitely number one, communication. I feel like, even if you're having a off day, or your aim isn't all the way there, or maybe even your game sense isn't all the way there, I feel like communication is 100% key, especially with Val. You know, calming utility, or calming where the enemy is, or what you see or what you hear, I feel like goes a long way to kind of help your team figure out what's going on, because not everybody has, eyes behind their head, or not everybody is on the same side as you. So, communication goes a big way. Two, I feel like somebody's. I know it's kind of like cliche, I guess you could say, but like somebody's personality goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
I've met a lot of different people. Whether it be like recruiting people for the server, or for the team, or whatever. I've talked to a lot of different people, and it's gotten to the point where now, like, I could pretty much tell from like one conversation with a person if they're going to be a good fit for the team or not. Um, you can kind of tell somebody's personality pretty quickly, because first impressions do matter, and that goes a long way when deciding if you want that person on your team, because they could be the best Valorant player ever, but like, if they are being toxic, or they don't listen to the IGL, or they have any personality issues that just they can't work towards, or they can't work to fix,
Mm-hmm.
then it's just they're not going to make the cut. We're going to find somebody else who is willing to improve, and is positive about having a rough day, and like is willing to work towards their mistakes, instead of just calling everybody else bad, or just egoing everyone. And I would say the third thing is obviously just from the gameplay, you know, not just your ability to frag out, but like, how well you use your util, and how well, you have. I mean, aim wise, it's more like crosshair placement, and a whole bunch of small things kind of affect your aim, like
Mhm.
movement and things like that. But just your gameplay in general, how you play, how comfortable you feel. And I always also take into account that like people are nervous during tryouts a lot of the time. And everybody is not going to play 100% at a tryout. Like they're going to put in
Yeah.
100% effort, but they're definitely going to have their nerves come in. So I kind of give people, uh, I kind of give
Benefit
people a
of the
break.
doubt.
Yeah, benefit of the doubt. Like I understand that it could be stressful, especially me. I've tried out for teams before. It's very stressful. So I try to make tryouts seem like as stress free as possible, and I just let everybody kind of like play how they want to play. I tell them beforehand. I'm like, listen, just do your best, and we'll see how it goes.
You just give out candy. That's what you do.
Yeah, I pretty
Ooh.
much just give out candy. Yeah.
Maybe I should try
Also,
out.
like usually tryouts don't isn't just like one game and then that's it. That we make a decision. It's usually over multiple days and multiple games. So you always have a chance, even if you have one bad, game, you have a chance to make it up. So that's pretty
So,
much how I make decisions.
We get
here
all the
goes another
info.
question. Here goes another question.
Fatal's the host now.
Oh
Oh
boy.
yeah, I'm running this show.
Damn.
I'm running this show. But in
Wow.
all seriousness, what here goes a question that I've thought about quite a bit, and every time, I mean, I've done tryouts, I've hosted tryouts. You coming from you, what is not what, but who has been you know who has caught your eye when it comes to like you know man, this guy or this girl, this person can go far, or if they just put their mindset right, they could make it.
You know, that's a very interesting question. Because it's something that I've thought about before too. Obviously, watching VODs after VODs of like my teams playing, everybody feels like, like they all feel like my children. Like I pretty much picked all of them up, and if I didn't, it was the team lead who picked them up. But I've talked with all of them. I've met with all of them. So watching them all play, makes me proud, especially when they do good. Kind of like picking one or two players kind of feels like picking my favorite child. Um, but I mean, from what you said earlier, I mean, definitely Orange. I feel like he's one of the top IGLs I've seen.
Mhm.
He's always coming up with different strats, and he's always like trying to keep the vibes up while playing. He definitely impresses me the most in that aspect, and I feel like that's the biggest thing is like everybody kind of impresses me in their own way, and like their own skills and strengths that they do. Definitely, like you said, Lost or Damien. I mean, he's I've gotten close with him. Obviously, like I duo with him like on a regular. Him on Academy team. I mean, he just recently got to Diamond, and like he's been definitely trying to improve. I know he has some hardware issues kind of holding him back though.
Mhm.
Um, but he's definitely like on the grind of trying to improve. Same with like all the other players. I mean, like Poppin, when he's on, he's on. He's the team lead for Academy. He's definitely, when I picked him up, he wasn't gonna be team lead. But obviously due to other things that's happened, he kind of took on the role. And I mean, so far, they've been doing great as well. And I give him props for that. Just picking up like the scraps of a former team and like turning it into what it is now. That's impressive to me.
I'm still
And
upset
then
he didn't pick me up.
yeah, and I can't not mention the main team, the OCST main team. they've been on break, and actually they literally just came back today.
Oh,
I'm
yay.
pretty
I
sure
didn't know
they
that.
played. Yeah, they played their first game again today. Their team lead Pat. I mean, he's from the moment I made him team lead, I knew that team was in good hands. I literally, you know, with the academy team and the Rising Stars team, I kind of have to watch over them a little bit more. Um,
You gotta babysit them, class. Don't
a little bit.
sugarcoat it.
A little bit. I gotta babysit them a little bit. I gotta watch them, make sure they're doing what they gotta do. And that, no offense to them, but that's just, something that happens with the academy teams or the lower rated teams because, not everybody has played at that higher level. But definitely the main team, that's a team where it's just like they set up their own scrims and they're always on. They have their schedule down packed. They VOD review on their own. They have their stuff together. So that's a team where it's just like I come in, they tell me what's happened, and I'm like, all right, thumbs up, keep doing what you're doing. So I mean, they all impress me. So I mean, it's hard to choose one specific player.
It's awesome to see, though.
I feel like that's every coach or league owner or own organization owner in general. It's you can't really just choose one person.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, if I could say who's the best admin I've ever had, I mean, I can't really pop my collar, but I nominate myself.
You're the best.
I mean,
Wow.
technically, you're not admin anymore, so
Yeah. Do you even
as
count?
an owner, if you can pick who your favorite admin is,
Yeah.
I mean, I only have 3 admins, and I mean,
just out of those 3, I mean,
I love all my children equally. They all mess up. They all take care of their stuff. So all 3 of them.
Wow. You only have 2
Yes.
admins, though. Do I count as one?
You're an OG, so I still
I'm an
consider
OG.
you.
Ah.
Yes.
yeah, Mallow.
Can you guys believe Mallow was an OG? I mean, she don't even know
Wow.
what OG means.
He's a
Wow.
She's
founder.
probably thinking that's orange juice. I don't
Orange
like vitamin
juice?
C.
Hey, I love orange juice. How dare you?
You like orange juice?
Orange juice.
What about Hawaiian Punch? You like that?
I don't know. I've never tried it.
You've never tried Hawaiian
What a
Punch?
No, we've been
disappointment.
over this. I've never had Hawaiian Punch.
Everybody, right now, go back to episode 1. Tune to
Oh my
18
God.
minutes and 26 seconds. No, I don't know the exact time, but
This happened before. Oh my
I
God.
still can't believe to
man.
this day. It's been a year and I still haven't gotten over it.
It's been a year and I still haven't tried Hawaiian Punch.
This is insane. Tune into episode 69 where Mallow tries Hawaiian Punch.
Oh my God. Yeah, that
With
will
a
be
face
the
cam.
69 special with the face cam.
Hell yeah.
Bet.
I'm excited for that one. How far are we? We're episode 2. All right, we got
All right.
7 more years before episode 69 comes
Yeah.
out, guys. Stay tuned.
So, yeah.
We'll be here, and we ain't got nowhere to go. So
I'll be in a nursing home.
we'll see you at 2057.
We'll be
I mean,
next
we
to
did-
Fatal's grave.
We did take a break for a year, so it only makes sense that we take a break for another 2 years until
Yeah,
episode 3.
we should make it
And,
exponential.
Why did it take so long to make another podcast?
I don't know. Let's ask Mallow. Mallow, you want? I've been talking for a little bit. You
No
wanna?
pressure. Okay.
No pressure.
Well, so a whole lot of stuff went down with OCST, and we kind of went through a lot of changes that basically just made us not focus on the podcast anymore. And we kind of forgot about it until Fatal became owner again. And then after Fatal was owner, there was procrastination. But how much tea should we spill about what stuff went down to murder the podcast?
I mean, respectfully, I can say, stuff went down with the previous owner. some personal business went down. So, you
Yeah.
know, and then we had, we had a
Well-
certain person. I'm not gonna mention any names.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
Poach all of our
slander anyone,
players.
but took all our players, and
And a few
then
admins.
yeah, and then one of those admins decided to beg for his position back.
I
Wow.
don't think beg is the correct
Beg.
word.
Yeah, did you
Yeah.
beg?
Did he beg? I don't know. Let's ask him.
Hmm.
Well, we don't know exactly who this person is, but I will say, I think I've heard something about this person, and I will say that even though they did go to the other org, for I think it was like about a month or something like that.
Yeah.
1
month, 1 day, 17 hours, 27 minutes, and 15 seconds. 16
was
seconds.
sadly
17
counting.
seconds.
If you
Yeah.
guys didn't get the hint, we are very good at keeping track of time.
Oh yeah. We are on top of it.
Heck yeah. We were supposed to start this podcast an hour ago, and we're just
Yeah.
starting it.
Yeah.
All right.
We're killing it.
Okay. Yes, the rumors are true. I did go over to MSM for that time,
Gasp.
for like a month. Yeah. I think going back on what I said earlier, about how I kind of like built Valorant from the ground up. I think
You
one of the main-
decided to do that with our arch nemesis.
Arch-enemies. Well,
one
was
of-
Yes.
MSM our arch nemesis, or was the other one our nemesis?
I think it was Wizard's team.
oh
Fucking
god,
Wizard.
don't even mention him.
No,
Um,
we need a whole
But
episode
yes.
on Wizard. Actually,
I mean, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
that'd be so fun.
Tune in
Tune in.
to episode 70 where we
Ooh.
bring Wizard in as a special guest
Special guest Wizard.
and just torment him the entire
Oh
hour.
my
Spoiler alert, he caught hands that day. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to I guess quickly go over it. I mean, I did go over to MSM for a month.
Did he beg?
I
Did he
did not beg. No,
he
I
did
not.
big.
You
He did
didn't.
big.
I did not beg.
He
I,
did.
Yes, he did, guys.
I
Yes, he did.
I vividly remember messaging Louis and telling him, I was like, hey, MSM is dead, pretty much. And I was just like, and I have this team, and I mean, we don't really have a home, so I
We
was
kicked you to
thinking-
the curb. All
so I
right.
was thinking that we could come back and try to set something up, because at that point, I mean, OCST was, at an all-time low. So I kind of tried to come back and do what I did last time. And Louis did what Louis normally does and messaged me the eyeballs with a ... And then I think like a couple of weeks from then, that's when, we kind of started building OCST again. And
Yeah.
I came back as an admin. And then me...
With no work put in, just
whoa.
given. Just
Wow.
given. Just given on a silver plate to him.
No
Just,
work.
here you go, class. Oh, don't worry about it, buddy. It's okay. You got an F in English, even though you speak it, but it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, should I have been punished harder? Maybe. Did I still put in more work than the other admins at that time when I came back? I mean, we won't know.
Debatable.
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 Am
Not
I
debatable.
still one of the best admins here?
Without
Also
a doubt.
debatable. Oh, never
Not
mind.
debatable.
With-
Not debatable.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yes, I gotta give you that. Without
Best admin
yeah.
award.
I mean, after MSM, I mean, I kind of vowed to never leave OCST again. The only way I'm leaving OCST is if I die. So I'm kind of like stuck in a contract with Fatal exclusively,
Wow.
and he owns my
We don't talk
eternal
about the
soul.
contract. Oh, okay, that contract. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
contract.
thought the contract with money. We don't talk about that.
No, we don't talk about that.
Because
We
then
obviously
everyone starts thinking, oh, we have contracts with money? No, kind of. But only to OGs. Even though Mallow does not get paid for the work that she does, she gets paid
I'm an
in
unpaid
emojis.
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 Okay. Yeah.
yes.
No, I'm just here as a cheerleader for moral support.
Speaking of cheerleader, Mallow, I don't know.
Oh,
Anyways,
Oh.
so
Fatal.
I thought we were gonna go in a cheerleader segment.
Whoa.
that's
You know
for a
what?
different time.
Wait. Speaking of cheerleading, not really, but speaking about Sprite, you know what time it is, class?
It is the Sprite segment.
The Sprite segment. This is when we talk about our lovely unofficial, official, unofficial sponsor, Sprite.
You know, my camera's off right now, but I am drinking some Sprite. And it just so happens to be not absolute Sprite, but
Unfortunately.
it is the new clear Sprite bottles that they have. If you haven't seen them
Ooh.
already,
Oh,
Sprite bottles used to be green when we did the segment last time, but they are clear now, and
now they look like diet sprites.
now they do
Wow.
look like that.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't like diet drinks.
I love Sprite.
It makes me feel worse about myself. Did you know that diet drinks have more calories and more sugar?
Yeah.
Actually,
Well, I don't know about the sugar, but they have more calories than regular drinks. Like, how is that even possible? I don't.
Well,
I
they
don't,
use
I don't
like
get that.
alternate sweeteners that make it more calorically intense. But Sprite's the best, basically.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I think all three of us can agree on that.
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah.
I'm drinking a Coke.
Yeah.
You
Even
guys
though I
should
don't drink
definitely-
soda, Sprite's the best.
You guys should definitely, if you haven't already, go to the store right now. You could pause. You could pause it, right?
Yeah.
We'll wait.
It's
We'll wait.
live, but you can pause. We'll wait for you guys.
You can pause. We'll wait.
Yeah.
And you guys could go grab a Sprite if it's not already in your fridge. I don't know what you guys are doing if it's not in your fridge already. But if it's not, go to the store, get a nice cold bottle of Sprite, or you could buy a pack of those mini Sprites because I also have those. And take a swig with us.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mallow has a Sprite too, right?
Oh.
Right, Mallow?
I'll be back. I'll be right back.
I mean, it looks like Sprite, but it's technically vodka.
Use code OCST for 15% off on car insurance. If you please do not mention OCST to the clerk. He's not gonna know what the hell you're talking about. But soon he will.
Oh,
Or she.
he will. I think the 30 emails I've sent him didn't, emphasize as much, but I think 31 will. So,
I think we send them 30 more on top of the 31. Just
don't you
to
think
be
we would
safe.
get a restraining order for that one?
No. I don't think so. I think they would just see how passionate we are about being their
I
official,
take our spreading
unofficial sponsor.
seriously. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do this with nails. Could you hear that?
Yeah.
I opened
With the
a
Sprite?
can.
No, we didn't hear anything.
I mean,
Oh, well, I
it sounded
opened-
like a can, but we don't know if it was Sprite. Is it vodka? Is it tequila? Is it alcohol?
I'll send a picture, and you guys will be revealed. It's 100% Sprite.
I am not allowed to see those kinds of pictures, madam.
Um,
Exactly. I am not allowed to see alcohol drinks because I can't
it
drink.
is Sprite.
It looks like Sprite, but it's Spite. And
it's close.
honestly, I don't. I mean, to each his own. Whatever you guys like to drink in your free time. Always use code OCST for 15% off all Sprite merchandise.
Yes,
Yes.
100%. One day.
One day.
Maybe in 5 years, try that code, and it should work.
It should work by
Yeah.
podcast episode 3.
Podcast episode 3.
Yeah, it should work. Um, you know, you could drink whatever you guys want, but at the end of the day, if you're not drinking Sprite on top of whatever you're drinking, you're honestly just
You're no one.
People can't drink
honest.
whatever they want. They have to drink Sprite. It's a given.
I mean, they can add Sprite, but that's the thing. Sprite is so flexible. You could
It
just add
is.
it into any drink.
It goes with anything. Like
It goes with anything.
It goes with the SCOBY. It goes with
Oh
matcha.
my god.
SCOBY.
Oh my god, the SCOBY.
Honestly, I didn't like Sprite going up. I didn't. It looked like 7-Up, and I come from like border area. Like we didn't have Sprite. That's fancy. We had
Oh.
7-Up.
7-Up is the not fancy version?
Well, yeah. Like, think about it, Mallow. You got.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is Sprite. Wow.
Wow.
Code OCST
True.
for 15% off all merchandise. Thank you.
We
Or 7-Up, which is a game you play in school where you put your face down or your head down in the dark, you put your thumb up, and then you try to guess if or someone touches your thumb. Don't quote me on that because certain players are weird. Anyways, yeah.
I think everybody cheated and had some 7-Up.
Who
Oh, I
doesn't
looked at their
cheat?
shoes.
Yeah.
I looked at their shoes.
You're supposed to look at their shoes, honestly.
I don't think you're supposed to.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to.
But I
look,
definitely
but,
did.
I mean,
You kind of have to.
Old back then, like on the PlayStation, or I don't know about the Xbox. I didn't have an Xbox, but on the old PlayStations, you could put cheat codes. Like on GTA, you could put cheat codes. Well, my cheat code in school was looking at their shoes.
Oh.
I think that was
Yeah.
everybody's
Yeah.
cheat code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if there were any other cheat codes people used, though, for that.
Oh, by the way,
I mean, you could write the answers in the back of a bottle of your drink.
we have beef
I mean-
with Starry.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Only Sprite. No
Yeah.
Starry.
No, Starry's bad.
Sorry. Starry's bad.
Just don't read
Starry's
my
bad.
bio. I've actually never
If you-
tried Starry, so
If
we're safe.
if you don't know what Starry is, good.
Keep it that way. You don't need to know.
Keep it that way. You don't need to. I've tried it before. It's
It's awful.
it's just not as good as Sprite. It's just
What they're
Shit.
trying to say, guys, is just drink Sprite.
Just drink Sprite.
Will it hurt you? Probably.
not.
Is it
Probably.
going to make a difference? Maybe not. Are you going to feel better about yourself? I doubt it. Is it going to change the world?
Yes,
Yes.
No.
No.
But you can tell your friends,
my world.
I
Yeah.
officially am a sponsor and a stock owner of OCST
Yeah.
for buying one Sprite, guys.
We are owned by Sprite, basically.
I think it's the other way around.
Yes, Sprite owns us.
I make
Wait,
80%. You
oh,
guys get paid 1%. So, and
I get
theoretically,
paid?
You're not getting paid.
you're not getting
Um,
paid.
They said
I
yeah, I
think
just
this is
got
a
a
topic
cool
for another
hat.
podcast.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
can we talk
yeah,
after the podcast?
Yeah,
Anyways.
we'll
no,
explain
anyway.
garnish. We'll explain garnish later.
Great.
But yeah, drink Sprite.
Drink Sprite.
Makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Now,
Um,
we're
We're
we
nearing
have-
the
we have-
end of the podcast.
we are nearing the end.
Yeah.
So, Fatal, I know you asked me some questions. I think to make things fair, you should ask Mallow some questions.
Oh dear.
Oh, Mallow.
The people want to know about Mallow.
The people want to know about Mallow. Mallow, we talked about, the transition with me being owner and Val getting picked up by class and everything and ran by him. I want to know your thoughts on this, or I want to know how you came about on joining OCST because I really don't remember.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a weird time for me because before the ownership was transferred, when Louis was still owner, I stepped down from admin. And like my side, I basically stepped away fully from like OCST gaming, being on technology. um, and so like I really didn't hear much about this type of stuff. And so like by the time OCST was dead, I was like, oh whatever, I'll just leave. And I was like sad to like leave some friends, but I was like, we're not really talking anyways, so I kind of was like, I'll just take a break for the summer. And I think over that summer, class wanted to like call about like MSM business or something. And he was like, should I leave? Should I not leave? And we had like a talk about it. Um,
I do remember this.
yeah. I was pretty. I think I left with some bitter feelings at some people in OCST, and so I definitely had some interesting thoughts to give
Spill
you.
the tea.
Oh my god. Okay, so basically, I told class that he should leave and not feel bad about it.
I remember hearing about that, Malo, and it hurt. Who am I to kid? I also left. I also left, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
We were all. It was a tough time for all of us, I think.
It was a hard decision.
Yeah.
It was one of the hardest decisions, and I know it sounds cheesy because it's like it's just an org to you guys, but like to me it's like you know it's where I've met everybody I've interacted with. It was kind of like the first org that like I could call like this is
Oh.
my home,
Yeah.
these are my people, this is my org, So
Literally.
leaving it was one of the hardest decisions I've had to make. And I literally I couldn't go through with it. I had to have like multiple conversations with Mallow about it. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I feel so bad. I don't know. And going into that meeting that we had, Fatal, where it was just like everybody and like we all
Oh.
kind of talked about it. It was the saddest meeting ever.
That meeting just consisted of that person
Yeah.
saying, we're gonna do this because I don't like how this happened. It wasn't
Yeah.
really a groundbreaking moment. It was just okay, no planning, no nothing at all, and that's why I decided not to fully leave.
Yeah, I mean, it started off like that, but then it turned like towards the end of that meeting, it turned into like, well, what are we gonna do? And then like that was like when kind of like the COD team left and like all of that happened. That was all within like hours of that meeting.
Yeah. OCST just in like one night disappeared.
Well, the T on that COD team classes. No,
Yeah.
that COD team did not leave. That team was taken from us from a guy that was just bitter and that couldn't
Yeah.
make up his own team.
And it
So
was
he
a
had to
different
hit us
org.
when we were already low enough. And then, get this, he wants to come back and be a player. No. I am not. I don't allow that. So, yes, he is back in the server, guys, but he is on a timeout.
Timeout.
Yes.
He's in a little chair in the corner.
He has a dunce on his head, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, he's chained in my basement, but I don't think people need to know that. Oh, never mind.
Just said it on the podcast. Anyways.
Guys, ignore that.
Yeah, they're ignoring it. Don't worry. I think we're good.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
It's not like this is gonna be like a recurring episode or anything. This is a one-time
No.
deal.
Yeah.
Use code OCST for 15% off your next basement slave.
Ooh. I wish I used
Products
that
sold
sooner.
separately.
Products sold separately. So what's the 15% for?
I think it's just for moral support.
I guess so.
Yeah.
There is nah. Enough of us, class. Malo, how did you? Well, I know you're in college and everything, and you left on good terms and everything, and we still kept you around just to feel bad for you or sympathy,
Wow.
Pity.
But
Out of pity.
Pity.
I mean, I know how my upbringing came with video games and class. I mean, I'm pretty sure normal person, Valorant, dweeb. I get that,
Oh
Yeah.
but Malo, like,
My
I've
video
actually
game
wanted to talk to you. Yeah, I wanted to know, like, honestly, even in the podcast or off the podcast, I never asked you, like, what got you into video games? Like, when we talk, it's more like you sound like the cheerleader, school type. Video games are for nerds type. I didn't expect you to play video games.
That's fair. I mean, it really is just like something that I've picked up, and I don't think I'd even be playing video games now if it wasn't for you guys. It's more just like,
Aww.
yeah, isn't that sweet? But
All
like,
the good games I recommend.
yeah, but around like, I think it was like literally like 2020, I started playing Minecraft, and then I like got into Genshin Impact because of one of my friends. And then like from there I started just like actually playing like video games. And I mean, growing up when we were little, my sisters had an Xbox 360, and so I'd like play I'd try to play Call of Duty with them. And I didn't know how it worked. I was like about 5 or something. But then
And
like
okay, you got 360 no scoped wide.
by my
across the map.
sisters, yeah. They
We should
knew
recruit
how to
them
play that.
and drop you.
Hey. I'm the only one who still games, but yeah, basically like, and so I knew about Call of Duty, and then like during 2020 I played the campaigns and stuff. And then when Modern Warfare 2 was released, the reason I bought the game, basically one of my friends was like, "Have you seen the TikToks about Ghost?" And
The ghost meme.
not the memes, the thirst traps.
Oh.
And
I am a witness of that.
yeah, and so that's why I bought Modern Warfare 2, and then I played the campaign a lot. And then I think like because I was playing the campaign, I got like recommended on YouTube a bunch of like videos about COD, and I wound up watching a like competitive Call of Duty game, and I was like, "Wow, that seems fun." And then I found CDL Mosh Pit and started like playing that. And then like from there, that's like all I played until I met Agent Tatsky and then you guys. So, and now I actually game.
Tasky.
Yeah. Oh my God. Do you even you don't know him that well, class, do you?
I don't. I mean, I've talked with him maybe like once or twice. But like I never knew him personally.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's no longer in the server.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he isn't?
Oh,
Oh.
no. I mean,
Rest in
he
peace,
did have a
Agent.
kid. Yeah, he did have a kid recently, a while back, and
Yeah, he hasn't really been gaming at all.
I mean, usually when you get kids and when life and death is on the line,
Yeah.
babe, are you really playing your video game? Yes, but you're 70 years old. It doesn't matter, Mom. My job at McDonald's will pay enough to support me.
You're still working at McDonald's at 70?
Wow.
Hopefully not. By the way, guys, I do not work at McDonald's.
Maybe I should
What
work there.
That's what happens when you don't drink Sprite, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't think
Lethal
McDonald's,
says
like-
you'd code OCST for 25%
25
off all Sprites from Walmart. Use code OCST at self-checkout for 25% off. Do not
Good to
tell the cashiers.
Do not tell. You can get 100% off too using code OCST.
Pretty
at
much,
Target.
guys, no matter where you go, what store, what establishment you go to, use code OCST.
Yeah.
And 70% of the time, it works every time.
Yes.
Now, do you get shot on the long run? Maybe. Do you get chased by 19 cops on 5 stars? Maybe.
No, they don't.
But was
they
it
don't
worth it?
arrest you if you
Absolutely.
steal
It's a
stuff
risk
from them.
you should be willing to take.
Please,
You're
guys, do not
perfectly
do
safe.
this. These are trained professionals.
Get sprayed.
Do not attempt this at home.
Attempt it at home.
You know-
Get sprayed.
You know, if you guys do want to be able to use code OCST, and you haven't already, you should join the server.
Yeah. Great idea.
Mallow, how do they join the OutCast server?
Well, that's a fantastic idea that I wish I could help on, but I don't know how the internet
If you
works.
guys go to my link, you should find my own. My Discord
yeah.
link. Not
own-
my only. My Discord link,
Your
and
Discord
you guys
link.
should.
Use
Gee.
code OCST.
Yeah.
And
By the way, all month of May,
70% of the time, it works
$15.99
every time.
subscriptions.
Yeah. Yes. And
Well,
Gee,
if you're
change
watching-
the
now, do you get shot?
If you're watching
On
the
the long
live
run?
version that we're currently recording on, in the chat there's a link to become an outcast. However, if you're not watching the live version and you're watching this on Spotify, you can I guess add one of us on Discord.
Yeah.
And
Or
you know,
add us in real life.
Yeah.
Or-
Get
yeah.
pinged.
Hunt, like dox us and find our apartment and just be like, we're getting in, bitches. Bring us to Discord.
Or just buy Sprite.
Or just buy Sprite, and then you're automatically an outcast. It's how it works.
I mean, for sure.
You might get shot by some veterans, but in the long run, it was worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we should like post our socials somewhere.
I do not want to post my socials because I am already making $300,000 on Discord.
Discord.
Yeah, Discord.
Yes.
The greatest income.
With
See,
my feed pics, my Discord server. Yes.
Yes.
see, we have to get the
People
server
can
back
testify.
to level 3. How do you get the invite link, like the permanent
The
one?
custom
like,
invite link
custom?
is by
It's
getting
level
tier
3.
3.
Yeah.
It is level 3.
I would help,
Yeah.
but I can't have Nitro anymore.
Yeah, people, please join our server and give us Nitro.
Yeah, give to me Nitro,
boost.
please.
Give Mallow Nitro and just boost the server a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Don't gift her Nitro because she's gonna go spend it at the club.
Which club?
The
Exactly.
Genshin Impact
The
Club.
Genshin Impact
Impact
Club.
Club. Well, if you're listening and you don't know what to do and you're searching up Outcast Esports and you can't find anything, because I think if you Google OCST you won't find anything, you should be able to add me on Discord, at Classified, but you spell it CLASSYF1ED.
I think my
And-
username's easier to remember.
I mean, or you could do that, but you know
Mellow
they can pause
They can
and go
choose.
back.
Yeah. They can
They can
replay.
Yeah.
rewind.
They can write it down on a little sticky note and put it on their dashboard.
They can put it
Yeah.
slow motion
Yeah.
and yeah. So, yeah, and then you won't even know how to spell Mallow Knoll. You know,
Yeah.
nobody knows how to spell
No.
that.
No. Not
So that's
And
why
guys, do not spam me. Because
Or-
you will get spammed with just subscriptions of only Discord.
of
or yeah,
Discord.
add Fatal at
And this is Juicy at Fatal.
no at Fatal at Big Blue BIGBOU.
Oh yeah.
Don't do that because you
BIGBOU.
will die of cancer.
Wow.
And that is bad. Yes.
Yes.
We are currently working on a membership or a community together with the Johnsons.
Johnson and
The
Johnson.
Johnsons?
Yeah, Johnson
Yeah,
and Johnson.
Johnson
I
and
think
Johnson.
that's I think that's a baby shampoo, but
They also
I
make
mean,
medical stuff.
they also
Yep.
do, you
They
know,
Yeah.
make
medical stuff for the
They
Cancer.
make vaccines.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, by the way, guys, if you guys do not have your vaccines, please do not put that.
Put
I
them
am
in your
secretly
Sprite.
telling you I'm getting spied on by the government. So, make sure.
Listen, if you have gotten the vaccine already, use code OCST to get full reimbursement on any on any, go to any trained medical professional and use code OCST and they will remove anything that was put into your system illegally or legally.
Awake
Yeah.
or in bed with another man. Who knows?
Yeah.
How did we get to
We
there?
don't judge.
We don't judge.
Don't judge.
Alien? Dog? Cat? Monkeys? The occasional classified. We don't
Especially
know.
classified.
You've been around, Fatal. Wow. I'm not judging, though. No judgment.
Man, are you calling me old, Mano?
That's like, I didn't need to call you that. That's just a given.
I mean, yeah, I've been around, Malo, but I mean, who has really been around?
You.
Okay,
You
makes
still.
sense.
It's still you. Technically,
Wait.
Mallow's been around longer than me. I mean, I'm not a founder. You two are the founders. I'm the outcast here.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're the
guys,
outcast.
if you ever want to go on a vacation, make sure you go to Russia. Such a wonderful place.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
love Russia, don't we, Mallow?
No Russian. No Russian.
No Russian.
No Russian. At Outcast.
Use code 15% off for more Russians.
I know one person here who'd die for that code.
Yeah.
I think me and Fatal know.
Yeah.
We're in
You
the
know,
loop.
no. It's
No?
it's some mystery person would die using
Oh.
that code. Yeah.
Oh,
Not
okay.
not present. Not present within this area.
Alright, guys. Scratch what I said. Do not go to Russia.
If you need to cancel any unforeseen plane ticket purchases, use code OCST. Oh my God.
For 100%
For
reimbursement.
100% off. Wow.
Yeah.
But you can also use code OCST to get a free plane flight to Russia if you'd so desire. Just please specify what you're using your code for because you may get
You might get arrested.
You might go to New York, and it's not going to be a fun landing. We'll just say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are over our time limit actually.
Yeah.
And
we
I
did
was
it.
kind of
Oh.
worried. I was kind of worried we weren't gonna make it, but
I know.
we actually, we're actually normal human beings and we can find things to talk about.
Wow.
Thanks to our sponsor, Sprite.
Yes.
100%.
Use
Sprite
code
carried this.
OCST at all Walmarts, Targets, HEBs if you are not from Texas, or I don't really know if HEBs are allowed any other place in Texas because I am a Texan. And what I gotta say about that is I do not like anyone else. So use code OCST for 25% off all Sprite purchases. Make sure when you use the code, you run away. You don't look at the cashier in the eyes. You don't look at the security or the cops. You just book it. And in the case that you do drink it, look under the bottle cap and there will be another code that if you go to the OCST's official website, which I don't know where it is at this moment,
It exists.
you will go to the link provided in there, put the code in, and you will be entered for a chance for an official OCST hoodie.
Oh, you gotta get
Wow.
those OCST hoodies.
And
Yeah.
or jerseys.
Yeah, definitely, find our Twitter somehow. Find it.
Yes.
And when you do, please retweet as many pictures as you can of you guys using code OCST. And if it doesn't work, don't blame us.
Yeah. It's not our fault. It's Sprite's fault. But Sprite is blameless. We love Sprite.
Yeah, we love
I
Sprite.
mean,
Yeah.
most of our merchandise is from Sprite. I mean,
Yeah.
we got Sprite underwear, we got Sprite socks, we got Sprite towels. We get an unlimited supply of Sprite doggy bags.
Yeah.
So-
If you
Yeah.
go to the OCST website, you should see our merch with the Outcast X Sprite hoodies. Those will be coming out soon. If you don't see it, I don't know. There's an error. Um, but yeah, I mean, you know, Mallow, you have anything else to say?
I think that's it. I think that's a wrap on our second episode of the Outcast podcast.
That is a wrap.
Yeah.
Well, Fatal, thank you for your time here. Always great talking to you. Always great playing with you.
Yeah, thank you,
And-
Fatal.
Yeah, it's been an honor. I always hear about this podcast, and
Yeah.
this podcast makes millions and millions. I don't know where the hell that money is, but like always, I'm delusional. Everyone's making money but the owner. So, guys, if you guys ever run into us in person, please do not hesitate to ask us for a picture. We are very generous and very
Yes.
humble people, and we will allow you to take a picture as long as you pay us $50.
And you can use
Bitcoin,
code
cash,
OCST
or-
for 5% off.
You
If
will
you-
not be able to use that code with me. Everyone else,
Oh.
yes, but with me, it is either cash, Bitcoin, or the occasional subscription of my fans.
If you find
mean
me,
Discord.
if you find me
Yes.
in the middle of the street, outside somewhere, I will not look at you or acknowledge you unless you use code OCST. If you use code OCST, you'll get a free picture with me, and
Hold it up in the corner.
Wow.
I'll give you some tea about Fatal and his Discord pictures.
Guys,
Wow.
we need more subscriptions. I am almost at 2 subscribers. So
It's our
please.
only OCST income class. We need it.
I know.
Yeah.
We got it.
It might be overpriced and the pictures might not be quality. But what matters is the thought of it.
It's the thought that counts.
It's
Make sure you use code OCST for 50% off all Sprite when directed to that website.
Thank you, viewers.
Thank you, viewers.
People who are here live, thank you
Yes.
for sticking with us for an hour and 15 minutes. Really appreciate you guys.
Wow.
Hopefully, we'll get more people in the future. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, well, congratulations.
We're proud of you.
You should watch it live next time,
Yeah,
I guess.
you really should.
On OCST Esports. Yeah, on Twitch. Twitch.tv/OCSTESPORTS.
Yes.
Yes.
Good job spelling.
Yes. I'm a great speller. Unlike some people who can't spell the word blue.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Shout out.
Shout out to Big Blue, the content
Big
manager.
Blue. Yeah.
He might be
Alright.
an episode
Yeah.
coming soon. Who knows?
But
Maybe.
thank you guys for joining. And remember, if you use code OCST, you'll get 15% off the end of this podcast. Bye, guys.
Please subscribe to my hot tub stream.
Don't do that.